Hey everyone, it's me Tim, and today I'm going to talk about 5 tips for how to save money on your next motorcycle adventure. Stick around. So we all want to save money, right? Especially when we're on a motorcycle trip, we want to make sure that we can get as far as we want to go, take as much time as we want to take, and saving some money can really help us extend our motorcycle adventures. So today I'm going to give you 5 tips for how to save some money when you're on your next motorcycle road trip. And the first tip is to pack your own snacks and drinks. This is going to save you a ton of money from not going out to restaurants, but also a trap that I fall into frequently is impulse buying at gas stations or truck stops. If you have your own snacks with you and you're not in that mindset when you get into a gas station that like, oh, I need something to eat, you're going to save a lot of money that way. Gas stations are expensive, truck stops are expensive, and going out to restaurants, it's fun, but if you're on a tight budget, it's a good way to save some money. If you're camping, you can cook for yourself. I've even cooked for myself in hotel rooms, made ramen noodles. So there's definitely options for bringing your own food with you to save you a lot of money. The next tip is to use gas station comparison apps, things like GasBuddy. Basically, they'll tell you the price of gas at all the gas stations in your area, and you can pick the cheapest one. This might not save you a ton of money because motorcycles are pretty fuel efficient and the tanks are pretty small, but over the long run, this can definitely add up. If you're on like a multi-month trip, this will definitely make a huge difference for you. Of course, if you're on a weekend trip, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference, maybe a couple bucks, but it's still something that's good to be aware of and just something you can keep in your tool bag of tricks and tips for saving money. Tip number 3, this is my favorite one, and that is to take advantage of free or low-cost camping options. This is a huge way to save money, especially if you compare hotels to camping for free in national forests or BLM land. This adds up so quickly, especially when you think that a hotel could be $100, $120 a night, and you could save literally all of that by just camping for free, or even save $100 by camping at a $15 campsite. It also, for me, I like camping because it lets me extend my adventure through the evening. It's not like when I get to a hotel and I turn on the TV and I'm kind of like not on my adventure anymore. When I'm camping, I'm out in nature, I'm maybe sitting around the fire, I'm cooking my dinner, I'm enjoying the scenery, I'm immersed in my environment, and it just kind of extends your adventure through the evening. And I really like that aspect of it, which is just a little bit of a bonus to how much money it can save you. Tip number 4 is to share the expenses with a friend or family member. This mostly applies to accommodations, staying in hotel rooms. Getting a hotel room with 2 beds and splitting the cost is definitely cheaper than getting a hotel room by yourself. So traveling with somebody, this could be an advantage to that, especially if you want to stay in hotels. If you're camping, it doesn't necessarily save you quite as much money. And as far as like going out to eat and splitting cost, it doesn't really save you much money unless you're sharing meals, but it definitely saves a lot when it comes to accommodations. You can take a $120 a night hotel and split it in half. You're only spending $60 each. And over a couple weeks of traveling together, you can really save some substantial income with this trick. And the next tip is to take advantage of discounts and coupons for different attractions in your area. There are several ways you can go about doing this. One way that I've used is go to the local library, and oftentimes they'll have discount tickets to local sites or events or museums, things of that nature. There's a lot of things that you could get discount tickets for and kind of spice up your trip a little bit, do something a little different, maybe off the bike. So that's one way. Another trick that I've used, if you're in the right area, like Las Vegas, for example, definitely has it. And I've also done it in Sedona, and I'm sure there are other areas that will do the same thing, is to take advantage of timeshare spiels. Basically, if you're walking down the street in Las Vegas, somebody says, hey, you want free tickets to a show, and you say yes, they're going to want you to sit through a timeshare sales pitch, and you can just say no, and you get your tickets to the show. It takes about an hour and a half of them trying to sell you a timeshare. The trick here is don't actually buy the timeshare, because that's going to obviously cost you a lot of money. And my personal opinion is they're kind of traps and really not a good investment of your money. But they will give you tickets to shows or meals for dinner or hotel stays or a whole bunch of different stuff that you can get for free. Actually, when I was in Sedona, I used this trick to get a helicopter ride over the Red Rocks. It was absolutely stunning. It would have cost me like $400 if I had paid for it. And I think they gave me a discount on it. They didn't pay the whole thing. I think I had to pay like $50 or $100. and I got to take a helicopter ride over Sedona, which was just mind-blowing and just so cool. And it's wasn't like a lot of money. It didn't break the bank. So definitely take advantage of coupons, discounts, anywhere you can find them. Check the local library, like I said, and keep an eye out for those timeshare sales pitches. It's really pretty easy. They're kind of high pressure, but just keep saying no and they'll get the point. And you can even tell them outright, look, I only did this because I wanted the free helicopter ride. And eventually they'll run out of steam and they'll let you go. And one more bonus tip is to bring reusable, refillable water bottles. This saves a ton of money. Buying water bottles at a gas station, for one, it's wasteful. You're wasting a ton of plastic and it's just not good for the environment, but you're spending like $2 or $3 for a bottle of water when you could be getting water for free. This adds up. If you're drinking several bottles of water a day, or when you get to camp, if you're bringing several liters of water to cook and clean your dishes and make your coffee in the morning and wash your face and brush your teeth, you're going to really save a ton of money by bringing your own water and refilling them at a gas station soda fountain or drinking fountains or wherever. So this really will add up quite a bit. This is a trick that I learned pretty early on. I just realized like, wow, I'm spending so much money when I look at like my bank statement and see all of these like $6, $10, $12, $6, $5 at gas stations buying water. It's just absurd and it's so wasteful, and it's better for the environment to bring reusable water bottles anyway. So it's kind of a twofold trick, or not really a trick, but just a twofold way to go about doing things. So that kind of wraps up this video. Definitely stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to be giving you 5 more tips for saving money on your next motorcycle trip. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any tricks or tips for saving money. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ride safe.